Good evening. My name is William Bucher. For the next few minutes, we're going to discuss the most critical operational component of any successful zero trust strategy: identity and access management, or IAM. The core idea is simple. If zero trust is a strategy, IAM is the enforcement engine that executes it. Let's start with the problem. For decades, our security model was the castle and moat example. We built a strong wall, a firewall, and everything inside was trusted. The network perimeter was everything. But this model is now fundamentally broken. Today, our users are everywhere, on mobile devices, in the cloud, accessing SaaS applications. They're all working remotely. The new network is the internet, and we cannot secure the internet. The network boundary is now completely irrelevant. You can no longer trust users simply because they are logged in to a corporate Wi-Fi. The new reality is the biggest threat is often already inside your network. We must stop trusting the network and start trusting only verified individuals. And by trusting only verified individuals brings us to zero trust. The philosophy is straightforward. Never trust, always verify. Every user, every device, every application attempting to connect must be verified before being granted access. In the zero trust model, identity is the new perimeter. This is where IAM steps in. IAM provides the who, the identity, and the what, the access permissions. It is the central authority that takes the zero trust strategy and turns it into an enforceable decision at every single access request. We are moving from protecting the perimeter to protecting the individual resource based on their identity. So let's talk about the three pillars of zero trust enabled IAM. Starting with the foundation, strong authentication. The role here is simple. Multi-factor authentication is non-negotiable. If you're not using MFA everywhere, you are not zero trust. But even MFA is evolving. We need to move beyond simple SMS and push notifications, which, believe it or not, can be phished. The focus must shift to phishing-resistant MFA, using methods like FIDO2 security keys. This method verifies not just the user, but the cryptographic proof that the user is physically present. Currently, a good IAM system enables single sign-on, or SSO. SSO makes life easier for the user, but it also centralizes and strengthens the security of that one critical login. Pillar 2 is least privilege access, or LPA. If an account is compromised and a threat actor gets in, how much damage can it do? LPA is designed to limit that blast radius. The principle is just in time, just enough access. A user should only receive a minimum permission required to complete the task they are currently doing, and nothing more. This requires moving past static role-based access control, or RBAC, where a user gets a fixed set of permissions, towards attribute-based access control, or ABAC. ABAC looks at attributes like the user's job title, their project they're working on, and the data sensitivity, creating a dynamic access decision. If the job changes, the access changes immediately. The third, and perhaps the most involved pillar, is adaptive and continuous verification. In zero trust, verification is not a one-time login event. It's consistent. We treat every action as a new authentication request. This is driven by contextual access, or CA, where IAM policies consider real-time factors. Is the device healthy? Has a user's login suddenly changed? Like a login in, we'll say, London, and 10 minutes later, login saying California? Is the time of access unusual? If an employee only ever accesses a platform on a 9 to 5 basis and suddenly has a 3 a.m. login, or is late on a Friday and that employee hasn't logged off their computer and there's been no screen time on it? What happens if the context changes? For example, the user switches from a secure corporate device to an unmanaged personal tablet, or their location dramatically changes. The system must automatically adapt. It will either prompt for re-authentication or simply revoke access until the risk is mitigated. This continuous verification is the backbone of real-time security. So bringing all this together, the greatest benefit of IAM is the data it provides. Every single access decision, successful or denied, is a hi-fi audit log. IAM systems generate the security signals that feed into our SIMs, or security information and event management, and SOAR's security orchestration, automation, and response platforms. This creates a powerful feedback loop. We don't just secure the access, we analyze the attempts, looking for both successful and denied tokens, improve risk score, and automate the response. If an account is compromised by a WAV-FAR location change or staying logged in without any screen movement for long periods of time, the system detects the deformality and instantly revokes that token. This is true zero trust automation. To wrap all this up, integrating IAM into a zero trust strategy starts today with 3 actionable steps. 1. Mandatory phishing resistant MFA. Start with your most privileged users and expand outward. 2. Start mapping resources to AVAC. Identify the most sensitive data and define attribute-based policies. And 3. Implement conditional access policies. Start simple. Block access from high-risk countries and unmanaged devices. Thank you, and I'll be happy to take any questions.